Hello and welcome to Unit 2. Vocabulary on the road. In this unit, we will study the following words: street, road, highway, expressway, boulevard, avenue, lane, bike lane, crosswalk, sidewalk, overpass, manhole, bridge, tunnel, pedestrian overpass, underpass, walkway, road signs, street lights, traffic lights, speed bump, intersection, junction, roundabout, toll booth, parking meter. Let's start. Street, street, road, road, highway, highway, expressway, expressway. What's a street? A street is a pathway with buildings on either side of it. And streets usually run perpendicular to avenues or lanes. Here you can see the entrance to a lane. What's a road? A road is a very low, narrow stretch of smooth, paved roadway which is used to travel between two destinations. What's a highway? What's a highway? A highway usually has 4 lanes to provide high-speed traffic. What's an expressway? What's an expressway? What's the difference between a highway and an expressway? An expressway is a high-speed road with little access and consists of several facilities like access ramps and lane dividers. In order to enter a highway or an expressway, drivers will have to pay a toll at the entrance to highways and expressways. This is the case in most countries. Let's move on to the next set of words. Boulevard, boulevard, avenue, avenue, lane, lane. What's a boulevard? It's a wide street with trees or greenery on either side. And it also has a median in the middle. What's an avenue? An avenue is a small road with trees or buildings on either side of it. Avenues run perpendicular to streets. This is a street and this is the entrance to the avenue. What's a lane? What's a lane? A lane is a narrow road often found in rural areas. Now remember, in colloquial speech, everyday speech, especially in today's world, the words boulevard, avenue, lane, street, road are used interchangeably. So don't be surprised if you come across an avenue or a boulevard in the middle of a big city. Right, with that, let's move on to the next set of words. Bike lane, bike lane, crosswalk, zebra crossing, pedestrian crossing, crosswalk, zebra crossing, pedestrian crossing, sidewalk, pavement, sidewalk or pavement. A bike lane is a lane that you can find on the side of busy roads used by cyclists or bikers. A crosswalk is a marked set of lines on a road or on a street that pedestrians use to cross from one side of the road to the other. A sidewalk or a pavement is used by pedestrians to walk on the side of a busy road. Pavements or sidewalks are slightly elevated when compared to the road. Let's move on to the next set of words. Overpass, flyover, overpass, flyover. Underpass, underpass. Pedestrian overpass, pedestrian overpass. What's a flyover or an overpass? It's a bridge by which a road or railroad passes over another. So this road is passing over the road underneath it. We see flyovers and overpasses in busy cities, and they are used to control traffic congestion. Let's move on to the next word, underpass. Underpass, what's that? An underpass is almost the opposite of an overpass. Underpass is sort of like a tunnel built underneath a road or a railroad to allow traffic to pass through. What's a pedestrian overpass? There are other words that we can use instead of pedestrian overpass. We can also call it a pedestrian bridge, a pedestrian crossing. What is it? It's a bridge used by pedestrians or people walking on the road in order to cross a busy road safely. Let's move on to the next set of words. Bridge, bridge. Tunnel, tunnel. What's a bridge? A bridge is something that is constructed by humans. It's a man-made piece of architecture which spans across a river or even a railway or a road, and a bridge is usually used to cross a river, the sea, a railroad, or another road from one side to the other. Tunnel. What's a tunnel? It almost looks like an underpass, but it's not an underpass. What's the difference between an underpass and a tunnel? A tunnel is an underground passageway dug through the surrounding soil, rock, or earth in order for traffic or people to go through. So this tunnel has been dug into this piece of rock. So that's the difference between a tunnel and an underpass. Underpasses are not built by digging into rock, soil, or earth, unlike tunnels. Let's move on to the next set of words. Road signs, road signs. Traffic lights, traffic lights. Street lights, street lights. You can guess the meanings of these words just by looking at these pictures. Let's move on to the next three words. Intersection or crossroads. Intersection or crossroads. Junction, junction. Roundabout, roundabout, or a traffic circle. What's an intersection? An intersection is where two or four roads cross each other. As you can see, these roads are crossing each other. What's a junction? What's a junction? A junction is where one road or street meets another, but they do not cross each other. These roads are not crossing each other. This is a junction. So this road is meeting this junction, but they're not crossing each other. So that's the difference between a junction and an intersection. Junction, intersection. What's a roundabout or a traffic circle? What is that? It's a road or a junction at which traffic moves in one direction around a central point to reach one of the roads converging on it. So the traffic or the cars or buses or whatever vehicle that you're driving will have to go around this roundabout, this central point, in order to get to one of these roads. Next, speed bump, speed bump. Parking meter, parking meter. Toll booth or toll station, toll booth or toll station. What's a speed bump? It's a raised section of a road. As you can see, this is a raised section. And why is it raised? Why is it there? The main purpose of a speed bump is to slow down traffic. You can find speed bumps near schools, public parks, or even hospitals where you're sure to see lots of people walking about. Parking meter, parking meter. What are parking meters? I'm sure you use them. This is a machine next to a parking space in a street into which the driver puts money so as to be authorized to park his or her vehicle for a particular length of time. So in order to park, you need to put some money into the parking meter. What's a toll booth or toll station? This is a booth where drivers must pay to use a bridge, a highway, or an expressway. That is the end of the set of words in Unit 2. Let's recap. In this unit, we looked at the following words: street, road, highway, expressway, boulevard, avenue, lane, bike lane, crosswalk, sidewalk, overpass, manhole, bridge, tunnel, pedestrian overpass, underpass, walkway, road signs, street lights, traffic lights, speed bump, intersection, junction, roundabout, toll booth, parking meter. That is the end of Unit 2. Thank you for listening. See you soon.